Okay, goody. I snagged one here today. This woman was a producer for Hardball. Good old Spitmouth Matthews himself. The problem was, of course, I have no control of what I can do out there. I mean, it's not like a setup. But this woman was across the street, and I could see her looking curiously at my work. So I kind of waved her over, and the conversation ensued, and then she told me who she worked for. I didn't have much time with her, so that was the problem. I mean, so I tried to cram as much as I could in in the limited time that I had. But it's still curious when I talk to people that are in the media, especially people in her position that had some, that were producers or involved in the production of the news, how removed they are from what actually is happening. I mean, it strikes me every day that I'm out there and I run across housewives and students that weren't even born when 9/11 happened, that know more about it than people that are supposedly in the very thick of the media. And it's shocking. What makes this kind of good, though, she did listen, and her husband is an architect, so hopefully the information I gave to her gets to him and then triggers something in her, because even though she's not working in the media anymore, she still lives in D.C., she still has friends in the media. So hopefully I did something here. Hopefully I can trigger something. She'll look into it. Maybe it'll open up her eyes and she can become ostracized. Anyway, if you like it, you like it. If you care, you share. And if you can, you go support me. And that's how that works. So let's get to this. Let's get to the streets.
Well, I mean, it is a hub. I mean, if you mention Washington, D.C., what comes to mind? Power.
I know, and everybody thinks that there's not a community of...
Oh, no. Yeah, I speak to them out here. And I'm always interested, because you live there, of what it's like to live there. Because, I mean, like any city, it's got different neighborhoods, different perspectives, and different, and a lot going on. But especially there because it is Washington, D.C. What do you do there?
I'm retired.
From?
I used to work for cable news.
Which cable news network did you work for?
I worked for this in D.C.
Interesting. In what capacity?
And I was producer for one of their shows.
Which one?
Hardball.
With Spitmouth Matthews?
That's right. That's who it was.
You see my...
Is this Chris?
Well, it could be.
It could be.
It could be. Yes, indeed. And so you did that for how long?
I don't know. I've always worked in some form of media, maybe for about 6-7 years, and then I did talk radio and that kind
Wonderful.
of stuff.
I've had I was in media myself, but not into your capacity. I wrote and was a cartoonist for a newspaper, a local rag here that was called the New Orleans Levy. We don't hold anything back. And it was a political satirical rag, so I could get away with things that, legitimate, so-called legitimate news organizations couldn't.
Yeah.
I've had the opportunity out here to speak to a lot of Fox people, and one day a lady from The Hill.
The Hill newspaper?
Yeah. And she was very proud of herself, and she said a few things to me that she probably shouldn't have. And that video was taken down a week after I put it up.
Oh, really?
Well, that's the contention right now. I mean, the whole fake news and of course, the spill I get out here, I'm talking to the general public. And of course, depends on the people I attract, but for the most part, people don't trust the news anymore.
I know.
There's a reason for that,
There's a reason.
and the reason is
Well, I don't know. It probably take a little more time than I have. to get
because
my
you
kids
do not
involved
tell the
in.
truth.
Well, I don't think it's necessarily you not tell the truth.
Really? Well, omission is not telling the truth. When you don't tell stories that need to be told, that's a lie. That's not telling the truth. When you don't tell the truth about 9/11.
So what's the truth about 9/11? That the
Oh, serious? Are you serious? Oh, you serious? I had the occasion to meet out here architects and engineers for 9/11
Okay,
truth.
my husband's an architect,
And good. Then I would have you go down here and look at A&E for 9/11 truth. There are over 3,000 architects and engineers that say those buildings came down by controlled demolition. I've spoken to an eyewitness out here. I spoke to an EMT one day. She was an EMT on that day. She was on her way to the Twin Towers. They stopped her 2 blocks away. Well, she stopped. They stopped. The crew stopped to help with some injuries and clear some debris. While they were doing that, the bomb squad comes along and says, "Don't go any further." I said, "Wait, well, we got to go do our jobs." You say, "It's an order. Stay right here." While they're standing there wondering why they can't go do their jobs, the street that we're going to go down, the cars started blowing up. Boom, 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 boom. They took pictures of this with the cameras. That night, the company called up and said, "Everybody turn in your cameras." They did, but kept the pictures. These things exist. I've talked to survivors from the Twin Towers. What made Building 7 come down? No one's ever explained that. Why did 3 pools of molten metal burn for 2.5 months under 3 of those buildings? What happened to the $15 billion worth of gold?
Okay, they're taking pictures.
I don't. I'm more interested in having you understand, because you're in the business.
Okay, but let me
why,
just. I'll read.
Please look
My
that
children
up.
are calling me.
All right.
Okay.
Holly, no, baby. Get out this room. You're not standing with Hillary either. Hilarious. Hold on, wait. Let me take one more picture.
No, you got a good desk tune.
Where are you guys from?
We're from Quitman, Louisiana.
By Shreveport.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what we needed.
We're from Shreveport.
We're like an hour and a half away.
Producer for Spitmouth. How is that? Doesn't matter. What about 9/11? Bloop, bloop. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, the truth they don't know. What do you mean? The planes didn't hit the building? No, you stupid shit. Planes hit the stupid building. Who was driving them? What was driving them? What made it, and how do planes bring down buildings, you moron? You say you're a producer for Spitmouth. Rah!